Hey YouTube, hey, gonna make another video. New project in the garage. This is a Kawasaki Ultra 150. This one is actually, I think, a 2000 is the model. Picked this up. Kind of just got a really good deal on the trailer, jet skis, the whole package. So I took a chance. The yellow one, I actually got it to start. I haven't actually ran it, but I got it to turn over, fire. I need to get some two-stroke to put in it, just to kind of run all the systems on it and make sure everything works. But just spraying some fuel into the carbs and turning it over, I got it to fire up. Again, haven't had a chance yet. I haven't got any two-stroke in to run it on its own and get the water and everything hooked up to it. So we'll see how this one all turns out. I really think it'll clean up nice. I've been setting for a while, but I've done just a little bit of polishing by hand, and I mean, what little bit I've done has really made a difference. So even on the sticker, I polished a little bit on the back sticker, and you can kind of see the difference there. So this one here is a 96 Sea-Doo XP. I believe this is like I think they can consider it like an 800cc or something. This one's supposed to have a lot of motor work and some stuff done to it. You never know when you're buying these, but the bars are different bars they put on it. It's got just a cable pull tilt on it. So yeah, it seems like everything works on it, but we'll see once I get some two-stroke in and get this one fired up. So if this one works, it makes the whole deal worthwhile. If I can't get this thing really to go, but I'm really wanting to get this one to run. This is kind of the reason why I went for it, because it is a bigger jet ski, and yeah, it'd be nice to have them both. But worst case scenario, I can't get this one. I'm sure I can part it out or possibly even get a motor. What little bit I've looked online, there's quite a few parts out for them. So again, I'm hoping to get this running. So what little bit I found on this so far, knowing when I bought it that the propeller and everything was off of it, I do have all that. I have all the bolts for it. It's actually sitting over here with the spare tire, so I have all the parts for that. Not 100% sure why they took it off. Some of the other stuff that I noticed once I got it home and was trying to hook a battery up to it, it is actually missing the starter, and somebody had cut out, I believe these are the wires for, I think this is the wiring for the rectifier, a regulator, voltage regulator, that would have mounted in here. So somebody's removed that as well. I can actually buy this whole box. You can get used ones on eBay for 30 bucks. So if I can get the motor out, motor turns over, I can go through all of it, and it all functions and looks like it's going to work, then I'll go ahead and get the parts. I really don't want to dump a lot of money into it if the motor's locked up or something like that. I mean, like I said, don't really know the story behind this one. They were just out on the lake. It quit running. What the guy told me was they thought something got caught up in the prop or something, and then they took it to a shop to have them both worked on, and they sat there for 3 years. And the guy didn't, I guess, according to them, he started robbing parts. So again, we'll see. You never know when you buy this type of stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna jump into this. I kind of want to throw a video of how to remove the motor. I'm removing the motor just so I can go through it all. It's really hard to see what I'm working with it down inside the jet ski. So I want to pull it out, get it set up where I can actually mess with it, and just make sure everything turns freely, everything feels right before I really spend a lot of money on it. So anyway, I'm gonna jump into pulling stuff apart. All right, so I'm gonna start off by removing, I believe this was the old choke lines, and what they put in is I think a pulse or a prime switch now. So pull all this off. Again, I'm gonna slide this stuff kind of back out of the way. Disconnect. Clip there. side dikes, clip a zip tie here. Again, I've never pulled one of these out, so I've looked some stuff up online. Seems to be pretty good information online on how to pull these out. Not really a video that I could necessarily find, so that's kind of another reason why I'm making this. So we'll see how this all works out. So again, pulling the throttle cables, all this stuff off, setting it off to the side for now. Ideally, I'd like to keep the motor mostly together, so when I do get it out, hopefully I can actually start it while it's out, but we'll see. For whatever reason, that cable isn't even in there quite right, so. Let's get a picture of that down there, see what's going on. Okay, I'll have to pull off the, it looks, there's another cable that goes down. I believe it's going down to the oil injection pump, so I'll have to see what I can do with that here in a second. But the next thing I'm going to do, so I'm actually going to pull the exhaust off the top of it here. Pull all this off. I think it'll just be easier if I take the hose clamp here off, and undo. I think there's 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3 on the front, and I guess 2 here. They're all 12 millimeter. Okay, that's broke loose. Let me get a flat blade screwdriver, pull the hose clamps off. Again, kind of wanted to throw something together. I know there's not a lot of videos out there. I'm going to try to kind of keep this really as accurate to the time it takes me, and trying to kind of track my time to see, so I can, be pretty honest with, hey, it takes, hey, I don't recommend doing this as a pain in the butt, or, hey, it really isn't that bad to do, that type of thing. So let me grab Again, not super prepared for what all I'm going to need to pull this stuff off, because I've never done one. So again, the next, I may learn going through this that, hey, I didn't need to pull this off, but to me it looked like it'd be a lot easier to get things in and out of here, so I'm pulling it off. And I'm sure that none of this stuff's probably ever been off, but some of these hoses I feel like they've been on there for a while. So, all right, I'm gonna see if I can get this to twist and pull up out of that other hose, maybe not. There we go. There's a lot of play on this hose. So trying to pull on it, it wants to move everything. So may have to get a second set of hands actually. All right, give me a second here. Let me see if I can get another set of hands to help hold the hose down while I twist it up. Okay, got it out. One thing I didn't realize, I don't know how well you can see up inside there, but there's actually a metal pipe that's inside here, goes to about here. So I ended up pulling the bottom hose clamp loose, and yeah, the darn thing came right out. So wasn't that bad. So back to here on the motor. One reason I wanted to pull that out was so I could get back here to the back motor mounts. Hopefully this will go fairly well. I think, like I said, this is my first one. Never pulled one of these, so I'm going to start with pulling this back plate off, and I think that's a 10 millimeters. So find out here. Again, yeah, once I get this out, it'll be nice to get this all cleaned up. This motor's pretty nasty. Again, the other thing is too, like I said, I don't want to spend a ton of money and time on this if it really is just motor's locked up or something like that. And who knows, if the motor's locked up, I may rebuild it. We'll see. So as we know, the rear prop is disconnected, so a little Lovejoy or whatever you want to call it here is separated, but I already pulled that back there on the back side. So seems like everything though in here seems to be good. Yeah, I kind of wonder if this motor isn't locked up. And that isn't the reason why it's where it's at now. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull the plugs out of this thing and see what I can do with this real quick. Let me grab something to pull the plugs out real quick here, and see if I can turn this thing over, because again, if it's gonna be a rebuild, then yeah, I need to start looking and seeing how much money I'm gonna be putting into this or what my next option is. Give me a second here, let me get. Yeah, it doesn't feel real promising. What I'm doing is grabbing the back here on the output shaft, and yeah, it's not moving. So again, it may be just the fact plugs are in, it's got good compression or something, but again, not looking real promising in my opinion, but we'll see. And it may be just from setting. Like I said, this motor has set, I think, for 3 years at the minimum, possibly 5. Looking at the registration stuff, last time this thing was registered was 2015. So the plugs are actually just finger tight in it, so a little more reason to be concerned. But we'll see. I'm gonna spray a little bit of PB Blaster down in the cylinders. And we'll see what it does. Again, I'm not expecting much here. Yeah, not looking real promising. There is some movement, but yeah, I'm gonna say that this motor's seen better days. Well, damn. Not really what I was wanting to get into. I was really hoping that it was something with a starter or something along those lines. So, yeah. But we'll see. Still planning to pull the motor out of it anyway. And then I'll have to get online and see what a rebuild will run me, because I think a motor, what little bit I've looked online on a motor itself, you're looking at close to, I think, $1,700. Maybe luckier than I thought, so I may just be able to pull the top off. Man, it's got one spot in it where it does not like to move, so we'll see. Again, there's no telling what kind of corrosion's on the top side of that. Or what's going on there, but it does have a little bit of play in it now, so again, I'm just spraying PB Blaster down in the cylinders to kind of help maybe lube some of this up if it's corroded up. So I'm probably going to leave that set, come back out here in a little bit, see what I can get to spin, and I'll start recording actual pulling out. Kind of the plan is, you can see down in here, there's 2 motor mounts here on either side. bolts, and then there's one up here on the front right here. I think I can pull those out, and then I got to disconnect I think the oil 2-stroke lines, and there's a couple wiring harnesses here, and then where your water comes in to your cylinder. So not a whole lot left to take off of this, but I'll plan to strip this the rest of the way down and see if I can get her pulled out and see what's going on. Anyway, I'll cut back in a minute. Thanks. All right, so back, it's been a little bit since I sprayed the PV blaster in there. It does seem to move a little bit. Still can't move it by hand, but you put the pry bar or a screwdriver in there, and it does have some play in it now. So it could be from setting. I know this thing was setting with the seats, or they had the seats off of these, and with those spark plugs being loose and this just being open to the weather, there's no telling what kind of moisture is down inside there. So we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and continue pulling it out and see if I can get the motor pulled. Right now, like I said, I'm going to redo or pull these motor mounts. Again, I believe there's just 3 motor mount bolts. We'll see here as I go, because again, I haven't done this. And I think there's just one more here on the front. Okay, now that honestly should motor should be loose at this point, and it is. Okay, so now the things I do still have to do, I need to get these 2-stroke hoses pulled loose. All right, so I've got the motor mounts removed now. The motor is loose, so I've got a few hoses, some hose clamps, zip ties I got to cut loose here, and I think the motor will be ready to hopefully lift up out of here. We'll see. I'm probably going to pull the pod filters off just so they'll be out of the way. And again, just undoing some of these connections here. Drop some of this stuff. The one I'm a little concerned with is this primer one. Oh, never mind. It pulled right off. So I don't know if I'll put that back in yet or not, but we'll see. So that's off. Let me get these pod filters off real quick. Again, I'm really hoping pod filters. Man, yeah, this motor's been sitting for a while. It's kind of scary. It's got a lot of dirt, dust in the filters. So, yeah, we'll see. Never know. We'll see what it looks like as long. Worst case scenario, or hopefully it's rebuildable. We'll see. That one there don't look quite as bad. It's just dusty in there, so. It's the only bad thing about buying things that have set for a long while. Yeah, there's a little bit of dirt in every one of those dust, fine dust, so we'll see. So, front. Little hose on the front. Again, it looks like there's quite a few zip ties and stuff that I've got to clip loose here. So there's more, all I'm doing here is there's some more wire connections here. I've just pulling loose inside here. This one's not wanting to come out. There we go. These are all color coded. Looks like they're yellow, black, and blue. So, and again, another zip tie and a clip. Okay, so that should release that wire. And again, there's zip ties holding a lot of these hoses on. So good. A couple more hoses here. And basically all I'm doing is using a pair of pliers here to kind of twist these hoses loose. There we go. I think we're getting, man. Okay, I think we are really, really close. Outside of this hose here, which I think is just a hose clamp there. That's the ground. There we go. Okay, there's the hose there. I was telling you, taking off. So, okay, so that's out. Ground will come up with it. So yeah, I think everything on that end is good to go. Now, just a matter of getting that one there off. Which was pretty simple. Now to find out what exactly is going on with this. Yeah, because that should go up and around like that. Okay, I think it's an Allen. Let me see if I can just get it with a. Let me get an Allen wrench here. I think this So that's how that hooks on, okay? So yeah, there is an Allen up here on the front. It's a 4mm, and basically loops through the cable like that. That's what's holding that on. So once I was able to see that there, I'm gonna go ahead and put the little screw back in its spot. That way I remember what went where. So really, so far I haven't removed a whole lot off of this. So now this motor should pull right up out of here. So let me cut back. I'm gonna try using a winch. So I'll cut back here in a second. All right, so I've got the winch hooked up here to pull the motor. Started to pull it up a little bit, and it's not wanting to come out with these carbs on. So pulling these off. These are T5s that hold on, or hold these on. So, and I don't have a bit for my impact that's long enough to get down into them. Just hits here when I'm trying to put it on. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but once I get them so far, I can get it on, but starting out won't work. So I've got all 3 of these removed. So now the carbs will come right off. I actually thought that was disconnected. It is just hung up under the motor. So should be able to pull these out. So all these are zip ties, which I would have to pull these off anyway to clean them. They are nasty. So it works out like this. Man, them hoses are on there. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so now that the beautiful carbs are out, good news is there's only one's got a little bit of sand on the back side, so or dust anyway. So hopefully the rest of them and the motor will be fine on that side, but we'll see. Okay, so now looks to me like at some point that one something's been done there, because that's the only one with that style gasket. It's on both center ones, so I'm not sure. But anyway, so right now I'm going to start winching this back up, and hopefully it'll come out. So here, you can go ahead and give me a hand, hit that button. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, keep going. Okay, so there's the motor out. Yeah, so wasn't terrible. Definitely some stuff I learned doing it, but it did come right out. So like I thought, the starter is gone. I don't know, the teeth and stuff are messed up. but I'll get the camera here. Go down here, so yeah, I don't know how well the light's gonna pick that up, but you can kind of see in there. Again, starter's off. Like I said, this motor's nasty. Camera's not on the focus, but anyway, it is out of the jet ski. So yeah, you can see how nasty. It looks like they just dumped, honestly, it looks like they just dumped all the two-stroke, or the two strokes just set and ran into the bottom of it. So get all that cleaned out and get this push probably forward here and then lower the motor down. So, but anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. Again, my end goal is to get the motor out in this video. Got it out, so next couple videos will be tearing this thing down and kind of seeing what I come up with. Hopefully it's just some surface rust, and this will be an easy, hey, clean it all up, put it back together, and throw it back in the jet ski. But anyway, motor's out. Again, anybody has any questions, feel free to ask, and we would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.